Today we bring you news of where the Salvation Army is serving following devastation on this week's Salvation Army Today. The Salvation Army quickly responded after a 7.0 magnitude earthquake hit China's Sichuan province this past weekend. Latest reports show that at least 200 people lost their lives in the disaster, with more than 11,500 sustaining injuries and at least 1.5 million people being left homeless. A Salvation Army team has reached the city of Ya'an, the epicenter of the quake, and is distributing food and folding beds. Rain has been making things worse, hindering the rescue work and worsening the living conditions of the survivors. For more information, please visit www.salvationarmy.org.
Incident Commander with the Waco Salvation Army. Major Ford, thank you very much for being here with us. What can you tell us about the latest? Here it is 10:03 Eastern Time. Earlier this morning, we were told it was still a search and rescue operation. And now?
It is still hopefully a search and rescue operation. They're still hoping to find some people that have to go deliberately through the scene as a crime scene until they decide otherwise.
The Salvation Army, along with other agencies, has been registering hundreds of residents from West Texas who seek assistance following last week's devastating explosion at a nearby fertilizer plant. An emergency disaster services canteen continues to serve meals, drinks, and snacks throughout the day to those families waiting to register. Lisa Wood, who has lived in West for 5 years with her family, waited patiently to meet with the Salvation Army case manager. "We gathered what we could and evacuated immediately after the explosion," she explained. "We've been staying in a hotel and my husband finally got to see the house for the first time this morning. The windows are all blown out, but it's still standing," said Lisa, smiling. "We are so grateful that the Salvation Army is here to help." The Salvation Army is actively seeking permission from the authorities to offer assistance to survivors and comfort families of those lives lost when an 8-story commercial building collapsed on the outskirts of Dhaka, capital of Bangladesh, on Wednesday. Unfortunately, the Salvation Army in that country does not have the freedom to respond with practical assistance without government approval. However, Command Leader Lieutenant Colonel Alastair Venter has sent cadets from the training college to offer emotional and spiritual support to the bereaved. "We understand the greatest need at present is for medicine." In closing, we turn to Romans. "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Be sure to tune in next week for more Salvation Army news from around the world. For Salvation Army Today, I'm Roberta Simmons-Smith. Good day, and may God bless you.